Darkness was all around him. No light, no sound, no feeling. The man believed this was death. He did not feel fear anymore, only a quiet, empty space. Memories came and went like broken images. Fire in the sky, metal tearing apart, a final moment of pain. Then, nothing. Suddenly, his chest moved. Air forced itself into his lungs. He gasped hard. His body reacted before his mind did. Cold metal pressed against his back. Bright white lights burned his eyes. He closed them again, thinking this must be a dream, but dreams did not feel this real. A soft sound reached his ears. A quiet, broken cry. Not loud, not human. The man slowly turned. His head, his body felt heavy, weak, like he had been asleep for years. Beside him, someone was kneeling. She was a woman, but not human. Her skin was pale, like moonlight. Her long dark hair fell over her face. Her eyes glowed red through tears. Small sharp fangs showed when she breathed. She was crying. Her hands were shaking. Her shoulders moved up and down as if she was holding back pain. She looked at him like he was something precious, something fragile. Her voice was soft and broken. "You woke up?" she whispered. "I thought I lost you." The man tried to speak, but his throat felt dry. Only a weak sound came out. She leaned closer, fast, fear in her eyes. "Do not move," she said. "Your body just healed." That word froze his mind. Healed. He looked down at himself. No blood, no wounds, no broken bones. He remembered dying. He remembered the moment clearly. Humans did not survive that. The room around them felt wrong. Smooth metal walls, strange symbols, glowing blue, machines humming quietly. This was not Earth. The woman noticed his confusion. Tears still rolled down her face. "I saved you," she said. "I should not have, but I did." Before he could ask anything, a loud alarm exploded through the room. Red lights flashed everywhere. The walls shook. The woman gasped in fear. "They found us," she said. Heavy footsteps echoed outside. Metal claws scraped against the floor. Voices spoke in a harsh alien language. The man felt something strange inside him. Not fear, but heat. A deep pressure in his chest. He pushed himself up. His body obeyed easily. Too easily. The woman stared at him in shock. "You should not be able to stand," she said. The door outside dented inward. Weapons fired. The sound was loud enough to shake the room. The man looked at his hands. They were steady, strong. The woman grabbed his arm. Her grip was cold. "Listen to me," she said fast. "My kind is feared across the galaxy. They call us vampires. They think we drink blood for power." Another explosion hit the door. "But your blood," she continued, her voice shaking. "Your blood did something different." The door finally broke open. Smoke filled the room. Tall, armored figures stepped inside. Their eyes locked on the man. One of them laughed. "A human survived," it said. "That is impossible." The woman moved in front of him, protecting him with her body. Her voice rose in anger and fear. "It's not your experiment," she shouted. The man felt that strange heat grow stronger, like something inside him was waking up. For the first time since opening his eyes, he spoke clearly. "I am not dead," he said. "And I will not die here." The alien soldiers paused, confused, uneasy. The woman looked back at him. Her tears slowly stopped. Hope replacing fear. She whispered, so only he could hear. "Human, you were never supposed to survive us." And somewhere deep inside him, something ancient listened. If you enjoyed deep sci-fi stories like this, please consider subscribing to the channel for more journeys across the stars. The alarms screamed louder. The galaxy had noticed him now, and this was only the beginning. The room shook as the alien soldiers hesitated. Smoke floated slowly through the air. Red lights painted everything like a warning. The vampire woman did not wait. She pulled the man toward a narrow opening in the wall. A hidden passage slid open as her hand touched a glowing symbol. They ran. Metal floors vibrated under their feet. The sound of weapons followed them like hunting beasts. The man did not know how he was running. His body felt light, strong, alive, in a way he had never felt before. They turned sharp corners. Doors closed behind them just in time. Explosions hit the metal walls. Finally, they reached a small chamber. Dark, silent, safe for now. The woman leaned against the wall, breathing fast, her hands shaking again. The man watched her closely. She was dangerous, beautiful, and clearly terrified. "My name is Lyra," she said quietly. "My people are called the Varkai." He listened without interrupting. His eyes stayed on the door, ready for anything. "The galaxy calls us vampire demons," Lyra continued. "They fear us because we feed on life energy. Blood is only a symbol." She slowly sat on the floor, her voice heavy with shame. "We were created as weapons," she said, "long ago, by an empire that no longer exists. They designed us to hunt, to heal, to survive anything." The man felt a cold weight in his chest. "Weapons," he repeated. Lyra nodded. "We do not age like others. We heal too fast. We frighten everyone." She looked up at him, red eyes glowing softly. But even we have limits, she said. And that is where humans came in. The man stiffened. Lyra took a slow breath before continuing. Humans are rare beyond Earth, she said. Your species adapts faster than any life form ever recorded. Pain, pressure, fear, poison, war, you change instead of breaking. She clenched her hands. The galaxy discovered this too late. The man remembered flashes of metal tables, bright lights, voices speaking around him. They took humans, Lyra said. They tested them. They tried to copy what makes you survive. Her voice cracked. I was assigned to observe. The man turned away. Anger rose inside him. Hot, sharp, dangerous. I did not know, Lyra said quickly. At first, she moved closer. Careful, respectful. Then I saw you, she said. You were dying. Your body was failing. They marked you as a loss. Her eyes filled again. I could not let you die. The man looked at her. Why? He asked. Lyra hesitated, then spoke softly. Because when your blood touched mine, she said, something impossible happened. She held up her hand. Faint golden lines moved under her skin. Your blood did not weaken me, she said. It stabilized me. It removed the hunger, the pain. The man felt that heat in his chest respond. Like recognition. I realized then. Lyra continued. Humans are not fuel. You are balance. A distant explosion echoed through the ship. The hunters were still searching. The others want you alive, Lyra said. They believe your blood can make them gods. The man clenched his fists. So I am a prize. Lyra shook her head fast. No, she said. You are a threat. She looked at him with something close to awe. Your body already changed, she said. You healed faster than our machines. You stood when gravity should crush you. The ship suddenly tilted. Warning lights flickered. They are sealing this sector. Lyra said, we have minutes. The man stepped toward the door. Calm, focused. Then we move, he said. Lyra stared at him, a small smile forming for the first time. You are not afraid, she said. I was dead already, he replied. The ship groaned loudly, as if it sensed what was coming. Lyra whispered one last truth. Human, she said. The galaxy erased your kind once. It will not survive if you return. And deep inside the man, that ancient presence stirred again. Listening, waiting. The ship shook again. Meta screamed as systems struggled to stay alive. Lyra moved fast through the narrow passage. Her fingers danced across glowing panels. Doors opened just before they reached him. The man followed without question. His mind was clear, too clear. Fear should have been there, but it was not. They entered a wide chamber. Rows of broken machines lined the walls. Cables hung like dead vines. This place felt forgotten. Lyra stopped suddenly. Her eyes widened. This is impossible, she said. The man felt it too. A pressure in the air, like something heavy watching them. Before either could move, gravity shifted. The floor pulled down harder, twice as strong, then 3 times stronger. Lyra dropped to one knee. Her breath turned sharp. This field is meant to crush intruders, she said. No human can stand in this. The man staggered, muscles burned, bones screamed, but he did not fall. Something inside him pushed back. Not anger, not rage, control. He straightened slowly, step by step, until he stood fully upright. Lyra stared at him, her red eyes wide with shock. You should be broken, she whispered. He looked down at his hands, veins faintly glowing, not red, not gold, something between. The gravity field failed with a loud crack. The pressure vanished. Machines sparked and died. Alarms changed, tone, lower, urgent. They are watching you now, Lyra said, her voice tight. The man felt it, eyes on him. Systems scanning him, trying to understand him. A deep voice echoed through the chamber, cold and amused. Human subject has adapted. The voice said, confirmed biological anomaly. Lyra pulled him behind a metal pillar, her hand cold against his arm. They will increase the test, she warned. The floor split open. 3 mechanical drones rose up, blades humming, weapons charging. The man stepped forward. Before Lyra could stop him, wait, she said. They are not soldiers, they are execution tools. The drones attacked at once, fast, precise, deadly. The first blade cut toward his neck. He moved without thinking. His body reacted on instinct. Faster than thought, he grabbed the drone. Metal bent under his grip. The machine screamed as systems failed. The second drone fired energy pulses. They hit his chest. Pain exploded, but faded just as fast. He kept moving, walking through the attack, eyes locked forward. The third drone hesitated, its sensors flickering, confused. He jumped, higher than should be possible, landed on it, crushed it into the floor. Silence followed, only the sound of cooling metal. Lyra stood frozen, her breath shallow, her mind racing. No, she whispered. They were right. The man turned to her. Right? About what? He asked. She swallowed hard. About humans, she said. They feared you for a reason. The voice returned, less calm now. Human subject shows extreme resilience. Prepare containment level black. The walls shifted, energy barriers rose, sealing the chamber. Lyra backed away slowly. They will not let you escape now, she said. You are no longer a test. The man felt the heat in his chest grow stronger. Not wild? Focused. Then what am I? He asked. Lyra met his eyes. Her fear, mixed with something new, respect. You are proof, she said. The humans were never weak. The energy barriers began to tighten, closing in, crushing space inch by inch. The man placed his hands against the glowing wall. Pain surged, but he pushed back. The barrier cracked. Lights shattered like glass. The ship trembled violently. Systems screamed across every channel. The voice went silent. Lyra watched in disbelief. You are breaking their laws of physics, she said. He stepped through the broken barrier. Smoke rising from his hands, calm in his eyes. I am just surviving, he replied. Somewhere deep in the ship, ancient systems woke up, recognizing something they were built to fear. And across the stars, a quiet signal spread, one message repeating, human detected, human adapting. The broken barrier sparked behind them. Smoke filled the corridor. The ship screamed like a wounded animal. Lyra pulled the man forward. Do not stop, she said. This ship is calling for reinforcements. They moved through collapsing halls. Lights flickered. Gravity shifted without warning. The man stayed balanced, as if the chaos listened to him. They reached a wide observation deck. A massive window opened. To space. Stars burned like silent fires. Ships moved in distant formations. The man stopped. Something deep inside him reacted. A feeling of recognition and anger. Lyra watched his face change. You feel it, she said quietly. What is this place? He asked. Lyra hesitated, then pressed a symbol on the wall. The glass shifted, turning into a living screen. Images filled the air. Planets, battles, burning cities. This is the truth, they bury, Lyra said. The biggest lie the galaxy ever told. The screen showed humans, standing tall among alien species, piloting ships made of light and metal, building cities across stars. The man's heart tightened. These are humans, he said. Lyra nodded. From long ago, she said. Before the erasing, the images changed. Council chambers filled with alien leaders, fear on their faces. They called humans unstable. Lyra continued. To adaptive, to hard to control. The screen showed war. Not started by humans, but answered by them. When threatened, Lyra said, humans did not surrender. They evolved. Weapons failed against them. Diseases made them stronger. Fear made them focused. They won, Lyra said softly. The man watched Earth burn on the screen. Cities falling. Stars going dark. They could not defeat humans in open war, Lyra said, so they rewrote history. The screen showed humans being labeled primitive, dangerous, unfit for the stars. They isolated Earth, she said, blocked travel, erased records. The man clenched his fists, and no one questioned it. Lyra looked down. They did, she said. But fear is louder than truth. The ship suddenly lurched hard. A warning echoed. External fleet detected. Lyra looked up fast. They are here, she said. The screen shifted again, showing massive alien warships surrounding the vessel. Weapons charging. They will not let you leave, Lyra said, because if you do, the lie dies. The man stepped closer to the screen. His reflection mixed with ancient human images, past and present, becoming one. I do not remember this, he said. You were never meant to, Lyra replied. They suppressed memory markers. She reached out, touched his arm gently. But your body remembers. A low hum filled the room. The floor vibrated. Hidden panels opened. A ship rose from below the deck. Smaller, older, covered in symbols that matched the images. The man felt the heat in his chest flare. The ship responded. Lights turning on. Systems waking. Lyra stared in shock. That craft has been dormant for centuries, she said. The ship's systems spoke. A calm, neutral voice. Human command. Signature detected. The man froze. Command. Lyra slowly smiled. They hid these ships, she said. They feared what would happen if a human returned. Outside, the enemy fleet moved closer. Weapons glowing brighter. They will fire soon. Lyra warned. The man stepped toward the ancient ship. The air seemed to move around him. Like respect. I was never meant to wake up, he said. They thought I was dead. Lyra nodded. They thought humanity was dead. The ancient ship's door opened. Soft. Light spilling out. The man paused, looking back at the burning ship behind them. If I leave, he said, there is no going back. Lyra met his eyes. There never was, she said. The enemy fleet locked weapons. Energy built like a coming storm. The man stepped into the ship. Systems aligning instantly across the galaxy. Hidden sensors awakened. Old warnings resurfaced. One forgotten message echoed again. Human presence confirmed. Historical lie compromised. And for the first time in centuries, the galaxy felt something it had tried to erase. Fear? The ancient ship sealed itself around the man. Soft light wrapped around his body, not restraining him, welcoming him. Outside the window, enemy ships formed a wide circle, weapons glowing brighter with every second, waiting for one command. Lyra stood behind him, watching the controls move on their own, symbols changing, as if the ship was alive. They are ordering you to surrender. Lyra said quietly. They always do this first. A cold alien voice filled the space, amplified across all channels. Human, the voice said. You are surrounded. Kneel, and your death will be painless. The man did not answer. He stood still, his eyes fixed on the stars beyond the glass. Inside him, that deep, steady heat remained calm, not burning, not wild. Lyra studied his face. You are not afraid, she said. I know what they want, he replied. They want control. The alien fleet moved closer. Massive ships, blocking out the stars. Weapons locking onto the ancient craft. Your species was given mercy, the voice continued. You were allowed to live. Kneel now. And history will forget this moment. Lyra's hands clenched. They are lying, she said. They will dissect you. The man slowly placed his hand on the central console. The ship reacted instantly. Power surged through hidden channels. Ancient systems unlocked. Weapons that had not fired in centuries awakened. The enemy ships hesitated, sensors flickering, confused by readings they did not understand. Human, the voice said again, this time less confident. Your technology is obsolete, the man finally spoke, his voice steady, clear. I am not here to kneel, he said. The ancient ship released a single pulse, not an attack, a signal. Across nearby space, old human beacons, activated, hidden inside asteroids. Buried in dead systems. Lyra gasped. These are human markers, she said. They were thought destroyed. The alien fleet opened fire, energy beams tearing through space. The ancient ship did not dodge. A glowing shield formed around it, absorbing the attack, turning violence into light. The enemy commanders panicked, weapons overheating, systems failing. How is this possible? The alien voice demanded. The man stepped forward, the ship following his intent. Humans adapt, he said. Even when you try to erase us. One enemy ship lost power, drifting helplessly. Then another. Lyra watched in disbelief. You are not destroying them, she said. No, he replied. I am showing them. A massive enemy dreadnought pushed forward, its weapons glowing brighter than all the others. Kneel, the voice screamed. This is your final warning. The man looked straight at the dreadnought, his reflection steady in the glass. A human does not kneel, he said. The ancient ship responded, releasing a focused beam of light. Not explosive, precise. The dreadnought's weapons shut down instantly. Its shields collapsed, leaving it silent and powerless. Across the fleet, fear spread faster than any signal. Lyra felt tears rise again, not from fear, but from something close to relief. They are backing away, she said softly. Enemy ships began to retreat, breaking formation, running from a single human ship. The alien voice spoke one last time. Quiet now, uncertain. What are you? It asked. The man did not answer. He watched the stars return as the fleet scattered. Inside, the ancient ship, systems stabilized, power flowed smoothly. Lyra stepped beside him, looking at him, not as a survivor, but as something more. This moment will spread, she said. They will tell others. He nodded. Let them, he replied. Far away, hidden observers recorded the battle, sending warnings across the galaxy. One truth could no longer be hidden. Humans were not weak. Humans did not kneel. And the galaxy had just learned that survival was only the beginning. The ancient ship moved quietly through open space. Stars passed like silent witnesses. Behind them, the enemy fleet stayed far away. Watching, waiting. Inside the ship, the air felt heavy, not with danger, but with choice. Lyra stood alone near the dark window. Her reflection stared back at her, red eyes filled with thoughts she had avoided for years. She remembered her people. The Varkai cities built in shadow. Children taught to hide their feelings. Warriors trained to obey without question. She remembered crying beside the human, believing hope was dead, believing the galaxy would never change. Now everything was changing. The man watched her from a distance. He did not interrupt. He understood silence. Lyra finally spoke. My people will hunt us, she said. They will not forgive what I have done. You saved a life. The man replied. That should matter. Lyra shook her head slowly. To them, loyalty matters more than life, she said. The ship suddenly trembled. A warning pulse echoed softly. Multiple signals appeared around them. Lyra turned fast. Her expression tightened. They are calling me, she said. A holographic image formed in the air. Tall Varkai elders appeared, their eyes cold, their presence heavy. Lyra, one elder said, you have betrayed your blood. Lyra stood straight, her hands no longer shaking. You experimented on humans. She said, you lied to the galaxy. The elders laughed softly. Humans are tools. Another said, they always were. The man stepped forward into view. The elders paused. Their confidence faltered for a moment. You see him, Lyra said. He is not broken. He is not weak. He is dangerous. An elder snapped. That is why he must kneel or die. Lyra's eyes burned brighter. No, she said. That is why you were afraid. The elder's voices hardened. Choose. One commanded. Return to us, or be erased. The ship's lights dimmed slightly. The man felt the tension rise. This was her moment. Lyra closed her eyes. Images flashed in her mind. Humans screaming. Varkai obeying. Endless cycles of fear. She opened her eyes again. Clear. Steady. I choose truth. Lyra said. The elders reacted instantly. Energy surged through the signal, trying to override the ship. Lyra moved fast. Her hands flew across hidden controls. Codes older than the elders themselves unlocked. What are you doing? An elder shouted, ending the lie. Lyra replied. Across the ship, Varkai control systems failed. Secret networks collapsed. Experiment data began transmitting openly. The man felt the ship respond, as if it approved. Lyra looked back at him, tears finally falling again. But these were different. I cried because I was afraid. She said, now I cry because I am free. The elders' images flickered, their control slipping. You will doom us all. One screamed, no. Lyra said calmly, you doomed yourselves. The signal cut out. Silence filled the ship. Far across the galaxy, hidden files unlocked. Truth spilled into public channels. Humans were revealed. Experiments exposed. History rewritten in real time. The man placed a hand on the console, feeling countless eyes turning toward them. Lyra stood beside him now. No longer behind, no longer afraid. They will come, she said. All of them. He nodded. Then we stand. Outside, distant fleets began to move. Not hunting, not hiding, choosing sides. And somewhere among the stars, other Varkai began to hesitate, questioning orders for the first time. The crying vampire had chosen her side. And the galaxy would never be the same again. The galaxy did not change all at once. It shook. It resisted. It argued with itself. Signals crossed star systems. Truth spread faster than fear. Humans were not a myth. Not weak. Not erased. They were hidden. Across distant worlds, human slaves looked up at the stars. Hearing the same message repeated again and again, human presence confirmed. Human resistance, active. Chains began to break. The ancient ship moved toward Earth space, not as a conqueror, but as a reminder. The man stood quietly, watching blue light grow larger through the window. A planet he barely remembered, yet somehow never forgot. Lyra stood beside him, her red eyes softer now, no longer filled with fear. Your people are waking up, she said. He felt it too. A pulse, not from technology, but from something deeper. Human ships activated across forgotten bases, old designs responding. 2 human hands, weapons unlocking only for those who refused to kneel. The enemy fleets gathered, more than before, bigger, louder, desperate. They feared one thing more than war, a united humanity. A final transmission echoed across all channels. This time not from an alien council, but from the man. We were erased. His voice said calmly, but we adapted. We were hunted, but we survived. Alien commanders tried to jam the signal. They failed. We do not come to rule. He continued. We come to remember. On Earth, people looked up from cities in ruins, feeling something old stir inside them. Not anger, not hate, resolve. Lyra watched human fleets form, not massive, not perfect, but determined. They are choosing, she whispered. The enemy launched their final attack, a wall of fire across space, enough to erase worlds. The man placed his hand on the console. The ancient ship responded, not alone this time. Human ships joined the line, shield to shield, mind to mind. The attack hit, light exploded, space screamed, and held. Humans stood together, adapting, adjusting, refusing to fall. One by one, enemy ships shut down, not destroyed, stopped. Silence followed, heavy, unbelieving. The galaxy watched as humans did something unexpected. They did not chase, they did not destroy. They stopped. Lyra felt tears fall again, slow, quiet, peaceful. They are afraid. She said, they should be. The man replied softly, fear minds. You two think. The alien council sent messages, not orders, not threats. Questions, negotiations began, not from power, but from necessity. Humans returned to the stars, not as legends, not as monsters, as themselves. The man stepped back from the controls. No crown, no throne, no title. Lyra stood